is believed to have come into possession of a mysterious object known as the Chintamani stone. Rewinding back to 1913, 10 years before their fateful expedition, Nicholas Rourke was assisting in the construction of Russia's first Buddhist temple and became very close to the Lama supervising the project, Agvan Dorji, the teacher of the 13th Dalai Lama. Their friendship grew so strong that Dorji entrusted Rourke with occult knowledge that would ultimately set him on this path. The revelation of a sacred treasure known as the equivalent of the Philosopher's Stone. The name Chintamani is Sanskrit, translating to magical stone of another world. And much like Shambhala, the Chintamani is described in the most ancient traditions of India, China, Mongolia, and Tibet. Physically, it is a trapezohedron made of some black stone, which occultists believe to be a meteorite that collided with Earth millions of years ago, believed to have originated from the constellation Orion. Several years before Rourke, the Polish professor and explorer Ferdinand Ossendowski had led a search for Shambhala and Agartha, in which he heard many Sherpas and shamans speak of the powers of the Chintamani. He described a particular encounter with a Tibetan prince, Chultun Bailey, who claimed to have touched him, allowing him a simultaneous glimpse of both past and future. The Lama, Dorji, told Nicholas that he wasn't sure whether the Chintamani actually existed, or was simply an ancient metaphor for spiritual attunement. All he could say was that its location was, according to Tibetan tradition, in the King's Tower at the center of Shambhala. Returning to the invisible year of 1928, at some point the Rourkes discovered a remote monastery known as the Trasilumpo Lamasery. Upon entering, Nicholas was shocked to see a massive, tall structure in the middle of the temple. As if anticipating this moment, the abbot of the monastery walked up to him and presented a black gem, 5 inches long, set on an ornate carrying pillow and concealed beneath a veil. Know how to use it, and how not to misuse it, the abbot warned Nicholas. He then revealed the stone's identity, calling it Lapis Exilis, the Stone of Exile, and one of 3 split fragments of the Chintamani meteorite. In the days following, Nicholas carefully examined his Chintamani fragment, guessing it to be made of moldavite, a highly magnetic material used in occult practice, believed to connect to the spiritual realm. In his words, the fragment resembled an
electric accumulator and may give back in one way or another the energy stored within it. For instance, it will increase the spiritual vitality of anyone who touches it, infusing him with knowledge or enhancing psychic abilities.
On its exterior, etched in Sanskrit, were the following words: "Through the stars I come. I bring the chalice covered with the shield. Within it I bring a treasure, the gift of Orion." Many mysteries remain regarding this stone, especially as Nicholas is said to have returned his fragment to the Trasilumpo Lamasery several years later, after which the 13th Dalai Lama immediately decreed that all fragments of the Chintamani meteorite must never again leave Tibet, and ordered them to be stowed away in a secret location. The theory goes that any of the 3 fragments of the Chintamani can be used to find and enter Shambhala. So if Nicholas Rourke came into possession of a true Chintamani fragment, it could have been the key he needed to complete his mission and access the hidden kingdom.